what we're talking about today on the show. So if you have all of those issues, those data issues, privacy, I don't have privacy, they're stealing my data. If you have all of those issues, feel free to call in and let's talk about it on the show today with our expert here in the studio. So my guest is a growth catalyst, transformational speaker, author, and innovation technology consultant. He is a technology leader with about a decade of experience in program management, startup ecosystem development, digital transformation, cybersecurity, and software engineering. He currently heads the innovation and investment unit at Philips Consulting. As a cybersecurity professional at a leading telco in Nigeria, he led his team to secure 9 ISO certifications, which facilitated international partnerships with Google, Microsoft, Checkpoint, and other technology companies. He started his career as a software engineer and has built several enterprise applications for businesses and trained hundreds of undergraduates and young professionals in digital technology skills. He is the founder of Growth Assets, a platform that leverages technology to equip young Africans to maximize their potential. On Dream City today, I have with me Fikun Aluko. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thank you so much.
Okay.
So glad to be here.
All right, thank you so much for coming. All right, so you do a lot. In fact, I had to streamline your profile just to, speak about what we're talking about today. So how do you manage all of this? How do you do it? Tell us a secret.
I think they're not really secrets. I think it's just about passion and finding good system, building good system around yourself. So I have fantastic teams that I work with in some of these platforms I manage. I'm passionate about them, so you can stay late at night to just get on things done. Yeah, I think that, and good people, good system, good people, and if you're passionate about something, you can have the capacity to stretch yourself to get them done, staying late at night after work.
So for you, it's the passion.
It's the passion and the people and good system. I think that's it.
A good system that works, Abby.
Yes, that works. Exactly. That's the work.
Okay, no problem. Now based on let's start off with our conversation for today. Now, can you help break down cyber attacks to our listeners in very simple and relatable terms so that everyone listening can understand and get the importance of the conversation we're about to begin today?
So the whole idea of cyber attack is different kind of opportunity for people to take advantage of you when you do anything online. It could be they want to have access to your data so that they can sell it. It could be they want to restrict your access to your personal devices, your phone, your laptop, and they're asking you to pay a specific amount of money for you to have access. What called ransom. So you have to pay a ransom to have access. And most time after you have paid those ransom, they won't give you access. It's more like they exploit you, more of like blackmailing you over a period of time. It can be for months, even for years, because they have those access. They keep asking you to pay. And the worst of is people having access to your data, especially financial data, and using those information to transfer your fund, siphon all your accounts because they have access to the data. And to the extreme, because people think of financial data as very sensitive, but health data, our health medical record are very, very sensitive. In fact, hospitals and educational system are becoming a more area that is becoming iceberg now. People are paying attention because attackers are paying attention to that. Imagine having a record of prominent politicians in this country and being able to expose that online and blackmail them. That's blackmailing.
What exactly could you blackmail about a politician when it comes to their health?
Yeah, for instance, if someone wants to run for a president or a senate and you have medical record that is not fit, people lose confidence.
Okay.
So when you come to cyber attack, sometimes it's tangible and intangible losses that you can categorize. So what I just said is an intangible loss, where that blackmailing can lose your social credit. People lose confidence, lose trust. And business and everything we do is based on trust.
Yeah.
Why some can be tangible, like removing money, siphoning all your accounts and wiping it. So it can go all, and the worst of it is having access to your data. They can do anything with it. Data now is gold. So they can sell it. So that's what those are the
okay, I know you've mentioned some of them, but let's go deeply into the others. What are some of these examples? Examples of cyber attacks individual internet users can, that they are susceptible to in this part of the world.
Okay, so the first one that is common is what called credential hijacking.
Okay.
So when I hijack your username and password, your access to a device, a application, an online platform, and I can now use those credentials to log in while it's not you and take some actions that you have not authorized, like move your money. Some people will hijack your credential, your social media credential, or your application credential, and they will use those credentials, they will change it. So you, the original owner, can have access to it. And if I have access to the app, or to the platform, or to your phone, or to your email account, I can do anything. So that's what we call credential hijacking. And the way it comes, it's different things. People send you funny emails. It's funny, when I say funny, because those emails put some level of threat and urgency that forces you to want to take action.
Yes.
And when you take action, you click those links.
Yes, and I've gotten that before. I got an email, and the person told me that they've been monitoring all my activities online and the sites that I go through. That if I don't want them to expose me, I should click on a particular link. And I'm like, when, how?
Exactly. So when they have access to that credentials, so they hijack it. So now you are striving to get access. The another one that is very common is phishing. Phishing is when people send you an email that look like original from a authentic source.
I see that with banks a lot.
Exactly. So that something is saying www.gt.com does not mean from GT. And there's some email read GT when you enter your SMS. Does not mean that SMS is from GP. So we have smishing and phishing. So smishing is when you send when an attacker sends an SMS with the purpose of exploiting your data and compromising your credential, your system, or your device. While phishing is more of email. So you receive an email, it's going to have a sense of urgency that you have to do this thing now. And the subject of the email, the name of the email look like, let me give an example. So you just say IRO or iTile. I'm currently in UK and I need to make transfer in our account, but I can't access my
I see that too a lot.
Can you please give me access because I can't do that on Tayo. Now Tayo is the name of your boss, and it sounds like your boss. But if you check that email very well, your email of your boss maybe is tayo.outdo.x and y company. It could be, when you check it very well, the fake one that this guy have sent, it could be tayo.outdo.xandyi.com. And that's why it's important to pay attention. So phishing is one of these biggest way. In fact, 90% of every attack, especially to individuals, comes through phishing, through email. You just see unsolicited email coming from people. You click them, they can do hijacking. They can click some link. You download virus to your system, a ransom that encrypts all your files. And they're saying you have to pay a certain amount of money before you can. But those are personal level. We can also go at enterprise level. Maybe we'll get there.
So now, can you explain to our listeners? Let us understand the risk and vulnerability and threats as regarding to data and information we share on the internet.
Yes. So there's what we call reconnaissance. Reconnaissance is
the kind of grammar I'm hearing today.
But they are simple terms, right?
Okay.
They are simple terms. I can break it down. So reconnaissance means that it's like profiling. Like you want to date a girl, you have to understand that girl or that guy. You have to profile. What's his name? What does he like? Where does he go to? Where does he hang out? Exactly. So for an attacker to attack you or a business, they do what we call reconnaissance. That is the process of knowing who you are. What kind of phone are you using? What kind of software do you run? Is it iPhone 10? What OS are you using? What kind of applications running on the phone? So those information is important, and this is where your question comes in. The information we share online. So when you share information on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, it gives access to a potential attacker that wants to attack you to know you, so they can profile you. They know the kind of bait that will work for you. And that's why it's so important that we are conscious when you share those data online. So they can piece together who you are, who are your friends, where you go to, what interests you. Now that forms resources that they will use to build a more tailored made attack against you.
That's like profiling.
Exactly. So when you share this online, and with all these social media platforms, they are collecting millions of data. And based on record, Facebook, LinkedIn, you can Google it, Instagram, all these platforms they have exposed millions of people data. That is, attackers has breached data on this platform. Currently, Zoom is in a Zoom.
Yes.
Close to they're trying to pay maybe up to like $70-something million in damage because they expose millions of people's So when you share data on this platform, you must share with consciousness and think that if people get off this data, can they piece it together and make sense of something about it? Because that's what they do. They pitch data, and we have what we call data analysis now.
Yeah.
So computer, we have smart system that can pick data together and make informed decisions, and that can show how vulnerable you are, where is the worst place to hit you that's going to have the maximum impact, what will be the bait that will work for you. So that's how it works.
Okay, now you've talked about having to share our data online and all of that. So what about in cases whereby we are required to put our card details, our bank details to make payment? Especially these days that, the COVID and everything, we all make payments online and it gets delivered to us. So are you trying to say that there's a possibility that these platforms can be breached?
That's an interesting question. So it don't.
So I'm going to remove my card details.
So see, the idea is that it's least access. So ensure that anything you're doing, you are giving least access to any platform, and that is, it's all called minimum information. So don't give any platform more than information that is required. Now, you can't do away with it. Technology is mixed with our lives. Now, if your phone is not working, you're uncomfortable.
You can't sleep.
Your life is built. When I was coming here, I could not unlock my phone, and I have to pay the Uber guy through my phone. I have to step out of the car to probably use the ATM because it was not working. But I was uncomfortable for that 15 minutes until I could unlock it. So now you can't run from technology. The question now is that on what platform do you want to put your card? So for you to use any platform, it has to be secure. And it's clear. If you check any website, you see https. HTTPS. Don't put your card or any important data on a website that's not encrypted. The idea of http.s, so these are practical tips that we can use. You can.
Okay, so http.s means that
platform
website is
secure. That is
secure.
Any information that is being transferred. The way we travel on road, that's how internet works.
Okay.
And thieves can just block the road. And I'm transferring money from when Yabana, right?
Yes.
Going to Lekki. If a gang of criminals have access to that information, they can block us on Third Mainland Bridge and collect the money. Exactly like that. So attackers try to intercept information traveling online. Because when you enter information on the platform, you are sending information. But for HTTPS, those information are encrypted in the sense that they can't access it, and if they access it, they can't use it because it's useless to them. So it's like, say, you can't get it, but if you have access to it, I will make sure that it's useless to you because it's encrypted. Encrypt means that you have mixed the data with a set of nonsense, so it's hard to make sense of it. So your password maybe is 4 characters. When it's been encrypted, it becomes like over 200 characters with different range of numbers. So even though if I access those data, I can't use it.
Make it